Hello and welcome to the Donny Chaingang with me, Matt Payne. It is us live on air once again, and looking forward to bringing you all the Chaingang. I'm hoping that we are on all the right microphones in all the right places. You never know. So hopefully, on the good days, you're going to get some sound, you're going to get some hearing, and we are going to hear everything coming through the headphones. Always a bonus on the way through. So, we're here. We are heading out to the wonderful world of Neokyo. And once again, we are going to be heading out, making sure that we get our troops around. We've got our yellow beacons in. Let's head over to the map and let's take a little bit of a check of where we are heading tonight. So the route tonight, we are going out on our lead-in of 0.0k. It is very quickly onto the race route, onto the ride route here at Electric Loop. It's 5 laps of 8.9k, finishing at 44.5 kilometres. Heading out onto the circuit. We finish at the Neokyo Harbour Arch. We warm down, should be 1.5k. Total elevation, a 145 metre climb, which is actually quite a lot. It's because it's made up of those 5 laps. Russ, of course, leading the yellow beacon again, and could be taking us out on to circuit here in the last week of our Halo supported weeks here. Russ, of course, Halo ambassador. So as we just get ready to set off, you can see our route in front of you, the map now with John Lightfoot alongside our red beacon. John, aka Johnny Two Dogs, going to be our beacon who's going to take us through the route. And he's going to take us out and round and look after anybody who gets deposited out the back, particularly once the trigger point is hit and that go happens. And that's totally in Russ's domain. Now, talking about the height gain on this, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at Velo Viewer, because Velo Viewer are our key supporters. You can just see the graphic up there. It's basically powered by Strava, so if you log, whether you've got a smartwatch or you've got a Garmin or a similar or Wahoo on your bike, all of your activities logged on there, then you can get a much better update from Velo Viewer with much more graphics on there as well. Well worth doing. And make sure, of course, that you subscribe on there. It's a great little tool to work out whether you're going better or worse, or look at your data, and just as importantly, check out the routes. So we use the 3D map, as you can see. If we pull that up, you can see that this route essentially, we're on the same scale as normal, but it is amplified because it is a short route at 8.9k as we head out and round. So no real climbs, no real elevation, just slight drags up and down. The high point comes at 1.5k into the course, low point down around the harbour between the 8.5 kilometre marker and that start-finish line. So our riders are lined up and ready to go. They're down on the grid, as you can see, and just to the right of our riders, you can see that we have our fantastic supporters of the DCG gang. Now, the DCG gang is how we keep the show on the road. It is how we make sure that our riders have all of the information they need, and also, of course, how we basically bring the Chain Gang to you a week in, week out. Basically, if you donate for a month or for the season or to the end of the year, then we give you some fantastic offers from our great supporters. All month long, it's been Halo month, and we're into that last week prior to Halloween. And that does mean, of course, that we've got a couple of cracking routes. We've seen the Ghost being used in good effect by Gareth Mason, the fat cyclist, out on the Innsbruck Ring. And will it be the case tonight? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But we also have some amazing goodies to give away as well. And tonight we're going to give away about £175 worth of giveaway. And that is going to be in the shape of a full Halo strip. So that is the Halo long sleeve jersey and the Halo bib tights. And you can see the random number generator is rolling around down in there. Each number corresponds to one of our members, from A right through to Z. They're reverse numbered for this month's draw. So the last in the alphabet is number 1, the very first, the highest number. And we'll be stopping that. And tonight, somebody will be winning a full set of Halo kit. When we go on to Thursday, we're going to be giving away £200 to spend at Halo Wheels. That's www.halowheels.com. So, going to be really key that if you want to get hold of those, if you want to make sure that you've got all that kit, then make sure that you join in. Remember, of course, membership is closed now for October. Next will be November. Really looking forward to that. We've got some cracking routes Russ has dreamed up for the gritty week and month that is coming up. We've got to say a big thank you to all of the people who look after the riders. So, as we come into those last 30 seconds, time for us to get ready to head out on to the course. Electric Loop, new route for us, 46 kilometres. Will take us around right the way through the finish. Remember, it's 5 lots of 8.9 kilometres, and we finish at 44.5k. So, now into the last few seconds with 5 seconds to go. Our clock takes itself away, which means here we go. We are off and riding, and we are in with Russ to take us out and away on to the course. So let's see if everybody manages to get out of those pens okay. Whether we're going to have anybody left in the pens. Hopefully not. So Russ just leading the riders away. Remember, quick reminder that if you are on the ride with us having a lot of riders, it's really, really key to make sure that you are going to be riding and keeping an eye on where everyone is. The reason we say all stay around yellow is because nobody is unable to see yellow. Nobody is unable to see red. They are our 2 key markers. But when we go over 100 riders, then you know that we are going to only be able to see yellow and red as our key markers. And if you're at the very front, you won't see the very back. And if you're at the very back, you won't see the very front. Just watching Johnny come out of the pens and heading onto the line. And it looks like everybody pretty much clear from the start line. So Johnny in that red kit, the spray gun master, making his way underneath the start finishing arch here. As he goes underneath it, we now have 5 full laps to go, and that gap at the moment about 18 seconds. So Johnny's going to have some serious work to do to get back into the front of the gang. So our riders away. Chaingang is underway. Time for me to grab some coffee. Even better now that the monitoring, the software's monitoring itself, which is even more important. So we know exactly what's going on. But the gang up and running. Johnny working hard here, 156 beats per minute already, 90 revs per minute. And if we get an echo, we're going to do a little bit of jiggery-pokery in the attempt to get rid of it. So good to see that we've got Vince on the gang. So Vince Donny here, one of our key riders, one of our key beacons. Sounding good with an echo. I could do a spooky voice. It shouldn't have reverb on. That's the famous last words. We'll see. The perils of having updates on multiple bits of kit simultaneously on the same day. So down in past the arcades we're heading at the moment. You can just hear the sounds popping out from the gang. So our runners up and riding. With a bit of luck, we may well have fixed our multiple echoes. We will soon find out, because I'm sure somebody will tell us on the way through, whether we managed to get rid of it, whether we still retain the echo. Won't be long until we know. The wonders of having multiple people on multiple devices watching a multitude of screens simultaneously. Could put a whole load of reverb. We do actually have the kit to do that if we really wanted to, but we shouldn't have too much on, because otherwise it does sound like we're about to break into something which nobody deserves. That would be very, very mean of me. So here we go, Johnny Two Dogs, our last rider on the course, chasing Miss Cookie, and the two riders together here. So the gang out and run, Miss Cookie with Johnny Two Dogs. Looks like Jeff Saysel just took nicely on the back of this group, so the helicopter up over the top of them. Jimmy, honestly, it's got a ghost. Absolutely most useless power up. Not strictly true there, has to be said. There are other far worse options, believe me. So getting a truck is always a good one. Always a great way to be able to power your way through. So now, what do they do again? I think Russ is just taking the mickey somewhat. So Jeff just pushing his way in through. Mick Clark, if you've just had a booster, take it steady. You will feel pretty rough. It has to be said. A lot of people struggling when they've had that, when they've been jabbed up. So in through the arcade, regular spots, and remember we've got Castle, another Neokyo route coming up on Thursday as well. So the gang heading out from the arcades, heading off into the distance at the moment, and looks like the gang are pretty much all together. It's working well. Interesting to see we've got a great bucket in here as one. Let's have a little bit of a check who we've got this oxygen in here. Looks like that beacon group just being dropped a little strung out as they move their way in and along. The Miss Cookie and Johnny Two Dogs work their way through the arcade. It looks like the back of the group, Thomas Crawford, just rolling his way in and around the back of the gang at the moment. Okay, so the gang working all right. It seems to be moving smoothly at the moment. Looks like everybody up and moving very fine. Now, the question is going to be who's going to be able to take this out, who's going to be able to roll it around. It's going to come down to that final run. Is super quick. So our riders working well on the way around this route. Nobody with any problems at the moment. The bus formed nicely, so let's see how the gang get on as they head out and around. Plenty of distance to cover, 6 kilometres at the moment covered, and 10 minutes of riding in at the moment, so plenty more distance to go. Clearly everybody moving on, there's plenty of banter going on in here. So with the riders underway, just starting to make their way down through the course, it looks like the gang already on, getting used to where they're heading out on the circuit. One of our more quick circuits at 8.9 kilometres to cover in total. And a little bit of a gap starting to open up between the leading group here and our beacon behind. Need to keep their eye on that, or they'll end up poking the bear. Then we all know what will happen. So into the parkland we go, still moving smoothly at the moment. So the gang all together heading out and round, looking pretty good at the moment, which is what we want to see. So let's see how the gang go. 4 laps to go as we came underneath the beacon that time round, underneath the gantry. So just over 10k covered at the moment. The riders working well to cover that distance. Gang just about to get us doing a lot of work on the back of the gang, going nowhere fast at the moment. They're just making sure that everybody's tied in together. So it looks like with 112 riders, going to be a little bit caught up at the back here. So it's going to take a little bit of a check back. Got Booker. Looks like one or two riders just off the back. What we'll do is drop back to Johnny Two Dogs and have a little look. Looks like Steve Cannon's just distanced off the back of the group. And Booker, Harper as well. Just starting to drop back for Steve Cannons at the moment. It is certainly a packed night as they make their way out and round town. So it looks like Steve Cannon just distanced at the moment, just trying to make his way back in to the gang. So the riders out and away, looking good at the moment. We're with Steve Cannons at the moment. Luke Handley just rolling back for him. Cannons about 18 seconds down at the moment, so it's a big old gap to make up. Let's see who's going to be able to pull him back in to the group, who's going to be able to take him back in. So rolling well, plenty of riders on the group. Johnny Two Dogs and Miss Cookie looking good, keeping on pushing as they make their way through. But at the moment, we are currently at 12.5k in. Thank you everybody who's been sending messages backwards and forwards. We went in the end, if you really must know, the technical cure. We turned the whole system off in the background and turned everything back on at the mains. So if you've been watching uninterrupted, it's a minor miracle. If you've had sound all the way through, that's even more impressive. However, no, we are all back and rolling once again. So the riders up and away. So let's see how the riders get on as they make their way out and round circuit. It's looking good at the moment. Stavros, always a good move, and I think our Echo is likely to be back at the moment, which isn't particularly good news for anybody including me. But we'll see whether that's going to continue to be the case. It is a little bit entertaining tonight on the old sound settings. So our riders out on circuit, we are going to dive in very quickly into one of our really important things, which is, of course, going to be our giveaway. So, of course, the gang only made possible because our riders who are out on the course are able to ride in the gang all working smoothly because of the guys in the DCG gang. The DCG gang is supported by lots of people, and not least of which are the guys from Halo. They look after the riders. There's a 20% discount for the guys on the DCG gang at the moment of Halo equipment. And we are going to give away a whole set of kits. So a set of bib tights and a long sleeve jersey for when you're outdoors and getting in some miles in the sunshine stroke pouring rain, as it is quite often at the moment. So, at the moment, the riders are still making their way around, so we're going to take this opportunity to pull a name out of the hat. The random number generator is moving up and looks like it's all functioning. It's at least something working correctly tonight. And got to say thank you to all of the members of the DCG gang, whether you are at the start of the alphabet all the way to the end of the alphabet. So, first of all, we're going to give away £175 worth of kit. That's the bib tights and long sleeve jersey from Halo. And then on Thursday, there is a £200 credit going to somebody to spend on whatever they want. You can buy as many dust caps as you can or valves. You can put it towards a set of new wheels. You name it, it is all up for grabs. Whatever's on that website, www.halowheels.com. So our members are numbered with the end of the alphabet low down and the start of the alphabet at the higher end this time round. Let's stop that number generator. Let's see who's going to win on the Donny Chaingang tonight. Which member of the DCG gang is going to take that away? It is going to be number 7, which is Tim Baggs. Tim Baggs. Tim, you are our winner. Tim, a member for October. So well done to Tim. He's our winner of the DCG gang prizes. So well done. Lucky number 7 today. And you're going to be getting that kit. And if you're watching, Tim, you will be getting an email heading your direction. So well done to Tim. Congratulations. And don't forget, we'll have another giveaway. That is going to happen on Thursday. Now, Tim won't be eligible for that because it is old school, one rider, one prize. Let's see who is going to take that away on Thursday. But a massive thank you to Halo for their support of the riders. So, lucky number 7. Appropriately enough here on the Mercury Islands. So, the riders up and riding. We're making our way through Neokyo as we speak. So as our riders continue to push onwards here today, so we're going to take a little bit of a jump across, hoping against hope that we're not going to end up picking up a double echo, but looks like it's not going to be the case today. Something in our wonderful updates from the streaming systems has doubled it up on the way through. Makes life a little bit entertaining for everybody. You've got a ghostly Matt in the background echoing his way in and through. So at the moment we are at 17.9k at the moment with Luke Handley. Johnny Two Dogs a little bit further back. A number of people distanced from that group. A number of people just struggling with the pace at the front, just taking its toll on the riders as we come in and through, making our way through 17.6k. Hopefully it's going to steadily ramp its way up. Let's see how the gang go on. It certainly looks at the moment like the gang working well. Try and get to a helicopter shot when we can. Not always possible. So if the helicopter shots are not working, then it does make life a little bit more difficult, mostly because we can't get in and amongst the buildings. It is one of the reasons why we actually like the more open courses. It makes getting the angles really good to watch, a little bit more difficult. So our helicopter just up over the top, and as you can see, it is just trying to cover off those riders, but dropping out of the shots because well, it's only going to be very intermittent at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, with our riders well on the way round, certainly looks to me like we're going to see them making the way in as a one big bunch. Nobody splitting particularly off the pack. If we drop in the stats for the riders at the moment, you can just see the gang continuing to move through town. No real up in Russ at the moment, still sub 100 beats per minute. So riding in with Russ, looking like at the moment he is going to be pretty smooth on his way through. So Russ moving at the moment, looking good as he heads in through town. Going to be checking to see whether he can keep it together. Can he stay in? Can he be in with the kill? We've had some amazing rides from our yellow beacons, and at the moment Russ just trying to work his magic here today once again. Going to be interesting to see how he goes on with that as the ride progresses. Looks like Russell saying he's warming up. He's at 100 beats a minute. Always an indicator he's starting to get wound up. Personally, my bet for a win is going to be one of the big sprinters in here today. The question is, which one's it going to be? I'm loving the fact everybody says that the Ghost is a cheap win. Not sure it counts. So let's see how our riders get on. We now just coming in through 24 count up, 40 minutes cover. Should be at minus 20 years power. Love that, Neil. If only that was the case. If only you were allowed to do that. I think we'd all like that one way or another. So the runners all the way around, heading in towards Harbour once again to go complete another lap here today. So into that sharp left-hand turn, and we're taking that corner as our riders go in through. Another lap done, another lap complete here on the Donny Chaingang. Russ in command. Look, we've got Simon, aka Sean, running in here, and the group about to come in and through. 2 to go. Thank you, Mr. Nunn. just in with Cindy Gaines. Cindy is making her way around in that group. The group 90 still pushed up around Russ. Remember, 43 minutes covered. Let's see what happens as this Go 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 progresses. The group is not split here, but Go 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 has gone, and nothing at the moment splitting these riders apart. So at the moment we've got Johnny Two Dogs on his way in and looking to me like we may finally, as the riders come in towards the finish, have managed to solve the minor technical issue that has plagued this on the way through. Perils of leaving all the kit rolling early. So Johnny Two Dogs and Miss Cookie on the way in. On the good days, we're not going to have any echoing on its way through. We'll see what happens when we try introducing even more sound. Our two guinea pigs well on the way through. So now we're going to see whether we got our echo back. Looks like we have. But we're just getting a double check. Always good to tell whether or not we got it. So at the moment, Swift just moving its way through. All good. I'm glad you're not getting an echo, because do you know what? I've got a shocking one on this end. It's like ear-bleedingly bad. Okay, so I think we've got the mix. You never know. You can just hear the Swift in the background. You've got me on the main sound. We've got Johnny Two Dogs and Miss Cookie on the way in. And there's clearly something adrift for me to get so much echo on this end. We will work it. We'll find it one way or another. It will be in there. So I'm hoping it sounds good at the end for the scene down on the route at the moment. I'm sure Miss Cookie will tell me. Busy pedaling and typing simultaneously. I'm hoping that this is smoother. So here we go, coming around. They're going to be taking this turn. They're going to be heading around towards the harbour once again. And I think we finally managed to eliminate that multiple echoes. Turn it up so loud that we think our ears are going to bleed on this end. And hopefully it's going to stop you having a double echo at your end. We're going to get no double echo at our end. And the world is going to be a much smoother and better place. And I won't be grumpy because the tech isn't working properly. Which is never good. So here we go. Our two riders on the way in. We just have a drop across, prove that we're still here. So our riders on the way in through. We're just going to roll the sound a little bit just to make sure we can just play this back and check it all out. So great ride tonight. Been really interesting to watch our riders making the way in through, and certainly looks to me like they've got this absolutely dialed. As you can see, the riders just are working their way in nicely. So let's see how they get on this last section. Just dropping in a little bit more background here. So whilst they make their way in, big thank you to our supporters, our commercial sports supporters, 1080 OCE, Gritty, to the guys at Continental Velaskin, Halo, and of course Nonners. Don't forget to support the people who support your sport, who support the Donny Chaingang, and don't forget, of course, you can catch up with us on Wednesday. We're going to have the WOW DCG. Now, there is no broadcast tomorrow on the WOW DCG. That's quite simply because we have other commitments here, full speed events that we can't avoid. However, we will be back on Thursday, and if I have to throw the whole lot in the sea and pick it back out again, then guess what? We will be bringing you the broadcast. Then our riders just coming in. I'm going to take a little bit of a zoom around our map at the moment. So working the way in. Not going to be long before they're actually into that harbour area as they make their way underneath the tunnels at the moment. 43.3k at the mo. So working well. So apologies for those of you who were thinking we're going to have amazing sound. We didn't today. That's because our software update, so we were really smart and planned everything, got everything set up ready, and then left it alone for a few hours. Always a dangerous thing to do without pre-check. It has to be immediately before the Chaingang. And of course, the downside of that is that when it does an auto update, when you're not here, unfortunately, it then puts in quadruple sound. So where you might have been hearing 2, maybe 3 if you were unlucky, we were getting 4 or maybe 5. So some of the software updates unfortunately taking effect in the way through. Such is life. We live and learn. Well, we don't. We try to do as much as we can. If you want to skip on train, don't forget, make sure you join us and jump on board, join the gang, get to support the guys up there. Massive congratulations, don't forget, of course, in our giveaway. Our giveaway with the kit from Halo. That kit going out to Tim, and congratulations to Tim. He's going to be taking those goodies away. We'll be in touch with him shortly. Meanwhile, our riders into their section now, making that turn. Going to be coming in and around into towards the lap finish. So, yes, Miss Cookie, Johnny Two Dogs. It is literally around the left and right-hand turns you've got coming up. You've got a tight left, a sweeping opening right, and then a almost 90 left. That will take you in and through. You'll see on the map at the top, it is just in and around the corner. It's a one of those wonderful sections as you come around, which is on a neon arch on the way through. Interesting to see the construction work. I suspect we're going to be heading with extra roads going out from there very shortly indeed. The arch is in sight for our 2 riders as they come in here. So Johnny Two Dogs and Miss Cookie going to round out our riders in to the finish here on the Donny Chaingang. A massive thank you to Halo. Don't forget to support the people who support you, support Halo looking after us. So a massive thank you to them. So in go our riders. It just leaves me to say, guys, warm your legs down, spin down to that banner. Don't forget, of course, we'll be back on Thursday thanks to the support of the riders on the DCG gang. We'll see you again soon.